So I'll continue. The peasant replies, "You are a learned man. Are you a rabbi?" "Yes, I am." "And I perceived it. There is light and truth in your words. But, oh, too many wounds are still bleeding in this land of Bethlehem because of the true or false Messiah. I would never advise him to come here. The land would reject him as it rejects a stepson who caused the death of the true children. In any case, if it was him, he died with the other slaughtered children." Jesus asks, "Where do Levi and Elias live now?" "Do you know them?" The man becomes suspicious. "I do not know them. Their faces are unknown to me. But they are unhappy, and I always have mercy on the unhappy. I want to go and see them." "Well, you'll be the first one after about 30 years. They are still shepherds, and they work for a rich Herodian from Jerusalem, who has taken possession of a lot of the property belonging to the people killed. There's always someone making a profit. You'll find them with their herds on the high grounds towards Hebron. But this is my advice. Don't let anyone from Bethlehem see you speaking to them. You would suffer for it. We bear them because of the Herodian. Otherwise..." "Oh, hatred," says Jesus. "Why hate?" "Because it is just. They have done us harm. They thought they were doing good. But they did harm. Let them be harmed. We should have killed them, as they had so many people killed through their stupidity. But we'd become stupid ourselves. And later, there was the Herodian." "So," Jesus says, "even if he'd not been there, after the first desire for revenge, which was excusable, would you have killed them?" "We would kill them even now, if we were not afraid of their master." "Man," says Jesus, "I tell you, do not hate. Do not wish evil things. Do not be anxious to do evil things. There's no fault here. But even if there was, forgive. Forgive in the name of God. Tell the other people of Bethlehem as well. When your hearts are free from hatred, the Messiah will come. You will know him then, because he is alive. He already existed when the massacre took place. I'm telling you. It was Satan's fault, not the fault of the shepherds and of the magicians, that the massacre took place. The Messiah was born here for you. He came to bring the light to the land of his fathers. The son of a virgin mother of the line of David, in the ruins of the house of David, he granted a stream of graces to the world and a new life to mankind. Go away, get out of here. You're a follower of that false Messiah, who could but be false because he brought misfortune to us here in Bethlehem. You are defending him, so..." "Be silent, man," says Judas. "I'm a Judean, and I have influential friends." "I could make you feel sorry for your insult," bursts out Judas, getting hold of the peasant's garments and shaking him in a fit of violent anger. No, out of here. I don't want trouble with the people of Bethlehem, or with Rome, or Herod. Go away, you cursed ones, if you don't want me to leave my mark on you. Out!" "Let us go, Judas. Do not react. Let us leave him in his hatred. God will not enter where there is bitter hatred. Let us go." "Yes, we will go," says Judas, but you will pay for it. No, Judas, do not say that. They are blind. We shall meet so many on my way. Just a pause there. Very important for us Catholics, for all those who call themselves Christians, and for mankind, if it will wise up to see, to pay attention to what Jesus says. God will not enter where there is bitter hatred. Jesus said earlier, that initial violent desire for revenge, which was the blood welling up in the person, was excusable, not good, and does not bring God close. But where there's bitter hatred, which just goes beyond what is the kind of initial natural response, because we can't deny that. If something happens to a loved one, there can be an initial surge of hatred. But after that period, there must be a rejection of hatred. And if we don't reject that, then Jesus has made clear, because the Gospels are clear, but because they're the Gospels and they're read again and again, they've been read for 2,000 years, we need it to be said in a kind of another context by Jesus. And here he gives it, quotes, God will not enter where there is bitter hatred. And that applies to people and applies to nations. So we have to obviously want God to enter into our homes and into our lives, into our persons. This is different from sin now. We can sin, but that doesn't mean God is, it depends on the nature of the sin, it doesn't mean God is expelled. But the kind of sin where Jesus is specifically speaking here of bitter hatred, that will prevent God entering. He will choose not to enter. And a person, or a family, or a culture, or a community, or a nation, or a planet without God is doomed. And so, hard as it is to reject bitter hatred, and that includes hatred anyway, because hatred is bitter, so we don't have to say bitter hatred, but Jesus underlines the nature of the hatred. Where hatred remains, then there will be no God, and that will be the ruin of whoever hates. So, continuing now. They go out, following Simon and John, who are already outside, speaking to the woman round the corner of the stable. So Simon and John are the other apostles, because as it said at the beginning, Jesus is with three. That's Simon, John, and Judas Iscariot. The woman says, "Forgive my husband, Lord. I did not think I was going to cause so much trouble. Here, take these. You will eat them tomorrow morning. They are newly laid. I have nothing else. Forgive us. Where will you sleep?" She gives him some eggs. "Do not worry. I know where to go. Go, and peace be with you for your kindness. Goodbye." They walk a short distance without speaking. Then Judas bursts out, "But you, why not make him worship you? Why did you not crush that filthy swearer down in the mud, down on the ground, crushed because he showed no respect for you, the Messiah? Oh, that is what I would have done. Samaritans shall be reduced to ashes by means of a miracle. It is the only thing that will shake them. Oh, how many times will I hear that said," says Jesus. "But if I should reduce to ashes for every sin against me, no, Judas, I have come to create, not to destroy." Yes, and in the meantime they're destroying you. Jesus does not reply. Simon asks, "Where are we going now, Master?" "Come with me. I know a place." "But if you've never been here after you left, how can you know?" asked Judas, still angry. "I know. It is not a beautiful place, but I've been there before. It is not in Bethlehem. It is a little outside. Let us turn this way." Jesus is in front, followed by Simon. Then Judas, and John is last. In the silence, broken only by the rustling of their sandals on the small grains of gravel of the path, someone sobbing can be heard. "Who is crying?" asks Jesus, turning round. And Judas says, "It's John. He has been frightened." "No, I was not frightened. I had already laid my hand on the knife under my belt. Then I remembered the words you keep repeating. Do not kill. Forgive." "Why are you crying then?" asks Judas. "Because I suffer, seeing that the world does not love Jesus. They do not know him, and they do not want to know him. Oh, it is such a pain, as if someone tore my heart with burning thorns. As if I'd seen someone treading on my mother or spitting upon my father's face. Even worse, as if I'd seen Roman horses eating in the Holy Ark and resting in the Holy of Holies." "Do not cry, my dear John," says Jesus. "Say for this present time, and for endless times in the future," quotes, "He was the light, and he came to enlighten darkness. But darkness did not know him. He came to the world that had been made for him, but the world did not know him. He came to his own town, to his domain, but his own people did not accept him." Unquote. Oh, do not cry like that. And just a pause there. Those who've read John's Gospel know that that is effectively from the prologue to John's Gospel, or rather, St. John, in writing his Gospel, remembered those very words of our Lord and incorporated them in the Gospel. And so we have, in the prologue to John's Gospel, the words of Jesus in an indirect way. Just continuing the narrative. "That does not happen in Galilee," says John, sighing. "Well, not even in Judea," says Judas. "Jerusalem is the capital, and 3 days ago it sang hosannas to you, Messiah. You cannot judge from this place of coarse peasants, shepherds, and market gardeners. Also, the Galileans, mind you, are not all good. After all, where did Judas the false Messiah come from? They said, 'That is enough, Judas. There's no use in getting angry. I am calm. Be calm too,